I went out to throw the trash out. One of the blue trucks drove by. The guy had the window down. We already told him we already know what they did, and none of this is funny. Well, they already know they photoshopped everything and drugged everything and framed me. It's not admissible. Only thing they can do is sell their terrorism. That's it. Where they stalked me in my home, photoshopped a shower scene in the other room, and acknowledged that they did it. Witnesses thereof, and that I was drugged and told to say stuff. The police aren't interested. Yesterday I was in Save-A-Lot, and I walked out and some guy was talking to another guy about it. The police already knew all those kids lied. They knew back on January 25th, 2019. They told Dave at 8:30, 10:30 at night while I was crying in my room that the police always knew I was innocent before they were talking about it at the station. A whole bunch of other stuff, and that they knew somebody else did something wrong before. And then all the witnesses thereof that I was drugged, I was photoshopped, da 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 da. They framed me. Okay? It's common knowledge. They can't enter anything. It's illegal surveillance and nothing to Will's case. Okay? And I was already found innocent of everything through the state case. Officers in uniform call it carrying around the house. One has to watch or listen to me every day. He didn't, well, the Canton FBI didn't know there was a judge's daughter involved, Michelle. And that the undercover police were helping frame me before, or he had to arrest him, if he even knew there was illegal surveillance. So, I don't know. Somebody needs to help me. They do need to pull Altman's tapes. March 13, 21, 2:53 p.m. They go down and blame the FBI for the chip flash, fake badges, and get them back. Even tell Dr. Allen and Tina some damn bastard nurtured me. Went to the Canton FBI. They didn't know anything about it. They hadn't even pulled Will's case. One of the tapes from inside the house during the case I played for him, where Dave knew the church was taking up money to hire men to kill me. He's told us he didn't know anything about it. They didn't even bother to pull the case of protective life home custody for an informant. It's like I got him to admit to all kinds of crimes in there. And there's all kinds of crimes happened in that house. Like the Freemasons that help watch me. They have enough evidence with this case. They don't even need her. Because where they were drugging me up before. They were drugging me up afterwards. And then lying to people they were agents using sodium pentothal on me. Amnesia drugs. That's why I couldn't remember to tell Will. The guy told on me the night before. And of the attempted kidnapping, attempted carjacking, and he could find him at Huntington Bank. I could only remember the what is shame guy. So they're making money off the sale of the login. They announced it by Christmas of 18. They were selling the login for $25 a pop, a real protective life case. People are in trouble for buying it, but those officers need to go to jail for it. They need to go to jail for everything. Most people are in horror that buy the login. Call these people bastards, reprobate bastard asses. People have wondered where the FBI is in this. There is no reason. No one doesn't help me. It shows low integrity, and they need to be replaced. Because failure to protect is abuse and misconduct. You can't sit back and let crimes happen to somebody and not stop them. That is abuse and misconduct. They're sworn to protect. And it's not your fault when that occult is so advanced. They already knew you called FBI. And went and had somebody go up and pretend they were an agent so Dave could confront me in the truck and then drug me up so I couldn't remember. Date rape drugs aren't funny. It's like somebody making fun of somebody who got roofied in a bar and got raped and they don't know who did it. That's sick. Very sick. You're sleepwalking. I talked to my doctor's office. She's like, there's a whole list of amnesia drugs. You're sleepwalking. But that's why my head was spinning and I couldn't remember all that stuff. That's not my fault. It's Will's. 100% Will. If you're a federal agent and an occult gets bad enough they leave threats in malls and stores and a weirdo shows up, you need to hire at least your own private investigator to go up and find out what's going on. Because he would have went up there and, my God, those dirty cops are stabbing her with needles. They're talking about illegal surveillance. There's retired judges involved in those dirty cops. Or probably drugged her up before and framed her, and you need to get her out of there. But he didn't do anything. Except for the Protective Life case for an informant turned over the police. And he made me a lot of promises he didn't keep. They wiped out the remaining Wyatt with that bitch move. You can't ask somebody to stay quiet when the bad guys already know. They make a big stunt, a bitch move of acting like the FBI is doing obstruction to justice and going up and helping those bastards. Making a big scene so Dave can confront me in the truck, and they talked about it April 14th, 22, and Save a Lot, like 1:54 p.m. Two women come in and talk about it inside Save a Lot on Whipple, and how sick all this is. That's not my fault. That's Will's gross negligence, because you can't have someone quiet when the bad guys already know they framed the FBI for obstruction of justice, and then drug me up so I can't remember. Tell them that's bitch. That's smart bitch, but that's bitch. And then they're breaking and stabbing me with needles, telling everybody in Walmart we're agents from the agency stationed in the courthouse, and we're using sodium benzoate, and I have bruises and I'm throwing up, and I have bruises before. I told you the day before I called Will back, I had to go mow the lawn and get air in my face just to even think to ask Sarah. Think of that. And then put his number in the card, and then take it out there. Then we go up to Apostolic Church of Barberton. Paul Pamer gets in Dave's face. My God, I had an FBI agent in my office. He's right there. I walk off. I sit down. Dave comes in. Let's go. He yells at me in the truck till I'm holding on to the doorknob, ready to jump out because he's got a gun between the counsel, threatening my life. The next day I have to call Will. My head's spinning again. I remember the What a Shame guy. That's how far my mind was gone. So, whose fault is it when you're being victimized on that level? And they don't find out. Occults are evil. There's this one older lady that rides a bicycle around Maslin. Danny's, my youngest one tutor, said I knew her in high school. She was normal. She's crazy. She gives everybody the finger and yells at them. And she just rides a bicycle. A cult got her, drugged her up, fried her brain before her parents could get her back. She's not been normal since she was like 17. Occults are evil. And being a federal agent, if they're advanced enough, they're going to have somebody just show up and he thought they were just trying to scare me. And they're leaving threats in the mall. You need to at least look into that. They cared about Amish men's beards. And got him. With Will's case, with the Protective Life custody case, and some officer talked to Dave because he didn't know that guy went to Pam. It made it perfectly legal within a day or two. Them being in my home, nothing before. Department of Justice, illegal search and seizure. Because then we wouldn't have to worry about, you framed her before? Yeah, I framed her before. Oh, I drugged her and told her to say something. That's why she had bruises. Dave drugged her. The church people. The boys in the courthouse. They have laid out their plan, ratted out everybody involved, and they're just selling terrorism. That's all they want. This is sell a login. They told Dave March 1st to March 15th of 19, it's a real life case of how to get away with murder. She'll realize it. They know it's not admissible. If you go into Portage County Courthouse, the only thing underneath my name is a divorce. I've never been questioned, never accused, never prosecuted, and never found guilty of wrongdoing. I had bruises and I got sick on drinks. And when I tried to get a lady help, a dirty cop from Ravenna, dark gray truck, white, 6 foot, shaved head, dark eyes, 200 pounds, raped and tortured me with a stalker and old fat white man. It's between July and September 19, telling everybody he was an agent. He's not. He's a dirty cop. They went as low as saying the FBI was hurting you for one of their agent's daughters. No, it's a retired judge's daughter. They just lie. They lie and lie and lie. Altman Hospital, March 13, 21, 2:53 p.m. They flash fake doctors. They let them in the back. Somebody needs to pull that hospital surveillance. They frame them for the chip. And they better make sure they didn't touch any of their computers, or they could have stolen everybody's information. That hospital didn't verify it, and it wasn't the FBI. This is how serious this is. My skull's been open. They put a chip in me. They have raped me. They have publicly humiliated me. They drugged me. And people drive around making fun of me for being a terrorist victim. It's just the group of men the church has hired to kill me. And they included some of the dirty cops for the retired judge's daughter. They paid. Now, none of this is funny. Everybody knows what's going on down here. And where the hell is the FBI? And if the local don't want to take care, I'm not mad at them for Will not doing his job. There is protected light custody into a police database. And they have these people dead to rights. And they sold the login, and it's common knowledge. I told you 3 times back at Citizens Bank on West Tusk. Look, it's carrying around the house. It went across the nation at one point. I had a 2-mile-long brigade. I can ramble through everybody that I can think of that has it in this area. It's not funny. And people have all this terror for personal enjoyment like it's a TV show. And it's really happening, and they're not smart enough to be afraid. And they're going to process more. Somebody needs to get down here and pull Will's protective light case and actually start doing something about this.